Okay. So move back to. Oh, I should take my mask off and my glasses. Sorry.
Don't forget to take the keys,
Keys out of your pocket.
Keys are already out there. So move back to pieces composed by Chinese composers. So the next piece coming up, it's called Heart on Fire. It is a theme song from the 1990 Hong Kong movie called Fight and Love with the Terracotta Warrior, also known as a Terracotta Warrior. So the Terracotta Army is now an UNESCO World Heritage Site in Xi'an, China, marking the history of an empire once existed thousands of years ago, the Qin dynasty. This film is about a forbidden love between a court lady, a princess, and a soldier in the Qin dynasty. So, Heart on Fire. garden flag.
Beautiful. Gorgeous. Oh, man.
Okay, so that should be the tunes from China. The next piece we'll be presenting to you guys, it's called Legend, or in French,
Légende.
by the great Polish violin virtuoso Henryk Wieniawski. He's known by classical violinists as the one who tortures us the most, because most of the pieces are technically difficult, so difficult to perform. I'm honestly picking the easiest, one of the easiest piece from him, but it's still a beautiful piece. And actually, Wieniawski composed this piece for the entire purpose to secure his engagement to his wife. Initially, his wife, Isabella, her parents did not approve their daughter's engagement to Wieniawski. But after they heard this piece, Legende, they were so impressed that they offered the young couple their blessing. So, here we present you Legende. the show.
When was he played the title? Did he say?
Okay, so the past two pieces are kind of giving us a sad feelings because they're all telling soft stories. The Legend to me is actually like depicting a old hero once in a world. It's kind of getting old, like sitting in a lawn chair in the backyard, kind of like thinking about all good days. I'm not like talking about it, but yeah, it's giving me that kind of feeling. It's kind of a sad tune, but still splendid. And moving on to the next part, this piece, yeah, Prelude and Allegro by Fritz Kreisler. So Fritz Kreisler, I have to introduce him a little bit first. Born in Vienna in 1875, Fritz Kreisler is one of the most distinguished and beloved virtuoso violinists of all time. After World War First, he settled in the United States and become a naturalized U.S. citizen in 1943. So I should call Fritz Kreisler somewhat American composer in that sense. And many of Fritz Kreisler's famous pieces will include short pieces like Liebeslied, Liebesfreude, but this piece I'm about to perform, Prelude and Allegro, is actually a popular work of his in the violin repertoire. This piece is in two sections, the first being a strong declaration. The music softens as it progresses, but reasserts itself in a dramatic close. The second section is a quick-paced affair, which usually the case for allegros, but it eventually builds up to a flashy, dazzling cadenza that appears over a rumbling pedal in the bass of the piano. So I'll talk a little bit more about how I know Fritz Kreisler. The first piece I played, composed by him, was literally Liebeslied. It's called Love, Sorrow. And that piece is beautiful, but it's technically really easy. And afterwards, I learned a little bit more, some more pieces like Liebesfreude and Chants Rosmarin, and they're all kind of easy but beautiful tunes. And I thought like, okay, so Fritz Kreisler, he's good, but maybe he's just good at like composing those like easy but beautiful pieces. And then I get a chance to learn Prelude and Allegro, and I started thinking, okay, he's definitely can do something. So this piece, it's beautiful, it's splendid, and it's technically a little bit challenging to me. This will often be the case. I will check my pockets to make sure there are no keys in it so that I can put all my strength into performance. And without further ado, Prelude and Allegro by Fritz Kreisler. That was quite a lot. The next piece, probably both for me and audience to take a break, and that's not like a break, but to take a breath, to rest for a bit. Because this piece is called Meditation. The piece is from the opera called Thais by French composer Jules Massenet. Massenet. In that specific section of the play, a monk confronts Thais, our main character, and attempts to persuade her into living her life of luxury and pleasure and find salvation through God. It is during a time of reflection following the meditation, Thais tells the monk that she will follow him to the desert. So, this piece, meditation, it's a slow piece, and I try to practice it a lot back in my senior high school when I tried to use this piece to apply for one of the top tier universities in China. Of course it didn't success because I didn't put that much time into it. After all, violin was just my hobby, and I haven't take it that serious as some of my other Chinese peers, which many of them like starting to go to their professional career at a very young age. But still, I really enjoy playing this piece. Like every time I feel kind of under pressure or a little bit stressed, I will always try to grab my violin and play this meditation to calm myself down, try to find that inner peace. So, Meditation from Thais by Massenet. Thank you.
Beautiful.
And at this time, I would like to welcome Christian and Ashley back to keep the performance going while me and Bradley can wrap it.
Beautiful.
Great piano.
Yeah, Bradley. We're holding you down, brother.
All good fun.
Yes.
Folks, we have some cookies and some donuts and stuff in here, and some salsa and dip, good stuff. So please, if you'd like some, help yourself. You'll,
Who's your music, another music teacher?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
right in here. And there's water in the cooler. Anybody need a water?
Teaching in there somewhere.
Everybody okay?
Yes.
In the red cooler right here, some water.
Well, I now get the opportunity to introduce Ashley Carter, who I was lucky enough to meet about 10 years ago.
Fiddle club.
when I
Oh,
was in
okay.
South Carolina.
Very tough teacher,
He's kind of been a fiddle
Okay, okay.
full-time
Agreed.
I don't know if I'll have
music
much
mentor to me since I moved here, and to many other people around in this part of South Carolina. But besides being like probably one of the best, my favorite backup guitarist to play with, he's also a fantastic fiddler in his own right.
Don't believe her.
And also now you threw me off.
Oh, no problem.
But he's also quite the documentarian, so he's, I mean,
We should have.
I'm not disorganized, but he's just kept he records everything and has vast archives of field recordings of all these great fiddlers from around here, and he's kind of keeping South Carolina fiddling. He's the archivist for all of that, which is so cool, because if you weren't here, I don't know what would happen to all that music. So we're so lucky to have him here. He was the, let's see, was it the Jean Laney Harris Heritage Award winner for folklore 2012. He's a folklorist and really awesome fiddler, and he's passed along so much music to me and other fiddlers younger than me, and he's keeping it alive. So please give a warm round of applause to Ashley.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I didn't study fiddling when I was growing up. I didn't touch a fiddle until my daddy, he was from Western Maryland and was raised on the West Virginia-Maryland border. His grandfather was an old-time fiddler in West Virginia, and he had a nice fiddle that he left to my dad when he passed away. Daddy gave me his granddaddy's fiddle when I was about 20, and I didn't know what to do with it, but I had to learn how to play it. So I went around hunting up anybody around, old people who played the fiddle. There was first person I met back around 1980 was a gentleman who was in his 70s. He was just an old country fellow, worked in a mill. He held his fiddle down here like this on his chest, and he held his bow like this, but he could play lots of tunes, and I went to see him. His name was Mr. Bo Norris, from over between Batesburg and Saluda out in the country. And I guess since the Carolina Fiddle Club invited me, I'm gonna play tunes I learned from South Carolina fiddlers. This one I'm gonna do has a little singing involved. I'm gonna get a singer over here, Miss Kristen, to accompany me a little bit to hide my voice. I'm gonna try to sing it a little bit. It's an old time tune called Get Along Home, Cindy, Cindy. And Mr. Bo, I think, told me that he learned this from an old guy who was old when he was a kid back in the 1920s, and this man he learned it from was playing fiddle back in the 1800s. So this one goes way back. Get Along Home, Cindy, Cindy. If y'all pick up the verse and you want to sing along,